Hi, my name is Tasha Squires. I am the school librarian for O'Neill Middle School, which is located in Downers Grove, Illinois, a western suburb of Chicago. So I've been here about 9 years, and when I first started, I realized it would be super important for me to make sure that all the students in the school are being served. And that means that we do have some students that are struggling readers, that are reluctant readers. And we also have kids that just don't like to read. And there may be reasons for that. It could be that they struggle with reading, it could be that they just never found something that they really enjoy reading. So I realized that there are a couple of things that I needed to do.
First off, I needed to take a look at the choice that was available to all of our students. Knowing that a lot of kids struggle with reading or they just don't enjoy reading, I wanted to make sure that I had multiple copies on hand for any books that I was going to share with the students. I also wanted to make sure that we had copies that were accessible to them. In other words, I wanted to make sure that I had a format that appealed to them. Some of these books, maybe that meant that they were Orca books or they were Saddleback books, which I have a lot in the collection. Some of them you'll may not even notice, but they are intershelved with all the other books, and you can see some of them in these pictures right here. But I also think it's super important to do the different formats. So I make sure that I have books that are available in audio format. I have picture books. I also have lots of graphic novels. We have quite a collection of graphic novels. We also are expanding our collection of large print. And what has been fascinating with the kids with large print, some kids have been exposed to these books and some have not. But as you can tell from the pictures, it's incredibly difficult to really tell which one is a large print and which one isn't just by putting them side by side. Giving the students the choice to make a decision on what format they would prefer reading a book in is incredibly powerful for the students. And it also allows them the ability then to comprehend more because it's in a format that is accessible to them. So the next question is, okay, great. You have all these fabulous formats, you have all these materials. How on earth are you supposed to get it into the kids' hands? And this can be very frustrating as a teacher or as a librarian. How do you promote your collection to the kids? At O'Neill, we've been really lucky that the teachers have fully embraced having classroom libraries. And of course, the more books students are surrounded with, the better they have a chance of picking up something that's interesting to them. So not only do our teachers have these great collections in their classroom, but a lot of them are embracing multiple formats as well, which is super exciting for me to see. My promotion mainly starts with book talks, and I go into the classrooms and talk about a ton of books to the students in their tenure at O'Neill. These are just the lists that I have done just this year of the different genres that teachers asked me to bring in. And what's great is I have the ability then to bring in multiple formats. So I can bring in a book that is a large print book, I can bring in a book that's a graphic novel, I can bring in a book if I'm working with students that may be struggling readers. I can bring in an Orca or Saddleback text and have these available to the kids. The other great thing I think that as educators we can do is we can make sure that when you are doing, say, a whole class novel like we're doing recently with The Outsiders, make sure that you have some large format available. Make sure you have some audio of it available. If there is a graphic novel version of the book, that's also something very good to do to support your students in whatever format they feel most comfortable with. And I think that if you follow those ideas, then you will be able to successfully meet your students where they are.